बोलिए श्री महाविष्णु भगवान की जय। बोलिए श्री गुरु रामानंद स्वामी महाराज की जय। जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जब चार तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का धूप नारा हो। जब चार तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का धूप नारा हो। फिर तू ही न केवन वाला हो, फिर तू ही न केवन वाला हो। फिर तू ही बेला पार करो। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। सबको कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। तेरे दर्शन को मैं तरस रहा। तेरे दर्शन को मैं तरस रहा। तेरा नाम के माला जपत रहे। तेरा नाम के माला जपत रहे। भवसागर से मेरे नैया भवसागर से मेरे नैया। कैसे मैं भव पार करूं, कैसे मैं भव पार करूं। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जय जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। तू चाहे को सब कुछ करते। विष को भी अमृत करते हैं। तू चाहे को सब कुछ करते। विष को भी अमृत करते हैं। पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा। पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा। जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे। जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। बोलो। हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। The beautiful Bhagwan Krishna, the yellow silken robed Lord, the cross-legged blue boy Sri Krishna, for whom the gopis and the radhas are constantly crying and weeping for him. This beautiful Krishna, who only wished to succor the breast of his mother Yashoda, who found comfort in her arms. This beautiful Krishna, and in whom we find comfort, in whom we find love, and in whom we find the peace and the bliss of this life. कृष्णा जिनका धाम है, गोकुल जिनका धाम है, ऐसे श्री भगवान को, ऐसे श्री भगवान को बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है। Someone in box humming. कृष्णा जिनका धाम है, कृष्णा जिनका नाम है, गोकुल जिनका धाम है, गोकुल जिनका धाम है। ऐसे श्री भगवान को, ऐसे श्री भगवान को बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है। कृष्णा जिनका नाम है, गोकुल जिनका धाम है। ऐसे श्री भगवान को, ऐसे श्री भगवान को बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है। जय यशोदा जिनका मैया है, नंद जी बपियार है। यशोदा जिनका मैया है, नंदा जी बपियार है। ऐसे श्री गोपाल को, ऐसे श्री गोपाल को बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है। कृष्णा जिनका धाम है, गोकुल जिनका नाम है। ऐसे श्री भगवान को, ऐसे श्री भगवान को बारंबार प्रणाम है प्रभु, बारंबार प्रणाम है। जय लूट लूट दही माखन खाओ, लूट लूट दही माखन खाओ, गवल फल संग धेनु चराओ, गवल फल संग धेनु चराओ, लूट लूट दही माखन खाओ, गवल फल संग धेनु चराओ, ऐसे लीला धाम को, ऐसे लीला धाम को बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है। कृष्णा जिनका नाम है, गोकुल जिनका धाम है, ऐसे श्री भगवान को, ऐसे श्री भगवान को बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है। जय द्रुपद सुत को लाज बचाओ, द्रुपद सुत को लाज बचाओ, ग्रह से गज को बंध छुड़ाओ, ग्रह से गज को बंध छुड़ावे, ऐसे कृपत धाम को, ऐसे कृपा धाम को बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है। कृष्णा जिनका नाम है, गोकुल जिनका धाम है, ऐसे श्री भगवान को, ऐसे श्री भगवान को बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है। The name of Krishna was always on the lips of the gopis and the gopals, was always on the lips of all the beautiful citizens of Vrindavan. ऐसे श्री भगवान को बारंबार प्रणाम है. For every moment of their life, every word that they chanted, every word that they sang, every act that they performed, it was always an honor and a salutations to the feet of Krishna. And so they will sing His glories, they will sing His name, and they will sing His praises. And they will live every moment of their life. They will live every moment of their life. The gopis and the gopals in the Bhagavad, they will live every moment of their life. They will strip themselves of their clothing. They will dance. For they knew that they were clothed in the presence of Bhagavan Krishna. And in such love and in such devotion, nothing mattered. Nothing mattered. for the body, the mind, the spirit, and the intellect. That moment was one with the supreme consciousness itself. The supreme consciousness itself. And then they will sing the praises of the Lord. Radhe, Sham 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 Radhe, Radhe, Sham 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 Prabhu Gopal. Radhe, Sham Radhe, Sham Radhe, Sham Radhe, Sham Radhe, Shama, Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham. Bolo. Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham. Bolo. Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham. Jai Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham. Bol. Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham. Govinda, Radhe Krishna, Gopal. Jai Jai Krishna. Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham. Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham. Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham. Oh! Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham, Radhe. Bol! Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham, Sham, Radhe, Sham. Bol! Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham, Sham, Radhe, Sham. Bolo! Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham, Radhe, Sham, Sham, Radhe, Sham. Jai! Everyone, everyone. Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Shyam Radhe Shyam. Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Shyam Radhe Shyam. Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Jai Jai Sita Ram. Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Jai Jai Sita Ram. Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Shyam Radhe Shyam, Shyam Radhe Shyam, Shyam Radhe Shyam, Shyam Radhe Shyam. Radhe Shyam Radhe Shyam Radhe Shyam Radhe Shyam. Radhe Krishna Bhagwan ki Jai. Please join now in two beautiful bhajans as we dedicate the first bhajan this evening to Sri Hari's daughter. Happy birthday, child. Happy birthday to you. May the grace and the darshan of Bhagwan Krishna be with you. May you always have the blessings of your Aji. May you always have the blessings of your father and your mother, Pitaji, Mataji. May you always have the blessings of your beautiful Aja. And may you always have the blessings of your Guru Mai this moment. Let us join. Beautiful bhajan.
कान्हा गयो अब कान्हा गयो अब कान्हा गयो अब कान्हा गयो अकिया भरी आई कान्हा गयो अब कान्हा गयो अब कान्हा गयो अब कान्हा गयो अकिया भरे आई भरे आई कान्हा कान्हा गयो गोकुला में दूर वृंदावन दूरो वृंदावन दूरो गोकुला में दूर वृंदावन दूरो वृंदावन दूरो पूजा तीरथ नंदगान कान्हा कान्हा अकिया भरे आई कान्हा कान्हा दूरी श्यामा ललित ऊती बोले ललित ऊती बोले दूरी श्यामा ललित ऊती बोले ललित ऊती बोले तीरथ तीरथ नंदगान कान्हा कान्हा गए अकिया भरे आए कान्हा कान्हा गए अकिया भरे आए कान्हा कान्हा गए कान्हा गयो अब कान्हा गयो अब कान्हा गयो अकिया भरे आई कान्हा कान्हा गयो वृंदावन दूरो ललित ऊती बोले ललित ऊती बोले वृंदावन दूरो ललित ऊती बोले ललित ऊती बोले ललित ऊती बोले तीरथ रत नंदगान कान्हा कान्हा गए अकिया भरे आई कान्हा कान्हा गए कान्हा गयो अब कान्हा गयो अब कान्हा गयो अकिया भरे आई कान्हा कान्हा गयो अकिया भरे आई कान्हा कान्हा गयो कान्हा गयो अब कान्हा गयो कान्हा गयो अकिया भरे आई कान्हा कान्हा गयो
So, Nirvan, happy birthday to you. And as Bishamji sings the next song this evening, I want to wish Harry's aunt Auntie Dolly, that is his mother's sister. Happy birthday to you, Auntie Dolly. Auntie Dolly is sitting right there. Happy birthday to you. So we dedicate this song to you at this time.
Vasudeva Yena Narayana Vasudeva Yena Narayana Vasudeva Narayana Vasudeva Hari Sundara Nanda Mukunda Narayana Hari Om O Hari Keshava Hare Govinda Narayana Hari Om O Hari Sundara O Hari Sundara O Hari Sundara Nanda Mukunda Hari Narayana Hari Om Hari Keshava O Hari Keshava O Hari Keshava Hari Govinda Hari Narayana Hari Om 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 Hari Keshava O Hari Keshava O Hari Keshava Hari Govinda Hari Narayana Hari Hari Sundara Nanda Mukunda Hari Narayana Hari Om Hari Keshava Hari Govinda Hari Narayana Hari Om Vanamali Muralidhari Govardhana Girivaradhari Vanamali Muralidhari Govardhana Girivaradhari Nit nit karmakan chori Gopi manahari Nit nit karmakan chori Gopi manahari Hari Sundara Hari Sundara Hari Sundara Nanda Mukunda Hari Narayana Hari Om Hari Keshava Hari Govinda Hari Narayana Hari Om Hari Keshava Hari Govinda Hari Narayana Hari Om Hari Sundara Hari Sundara Nanda Mukunda Hari Narayana Hari Om Vanamali Muralidhari Govardhana Girivaradhari
Vanamali Muralidhari Govardhan Girivaradhari
Vanamali Muralidhari Govardhana Girivaradhari
Vanamali Muralidhari Govardhan Girivaradhari
Nit nit कर माखन चोरी गोपी मन हरे
ओ नित नित कर माखन चोरी गोपी बलहारी
आओ रे कान्हा रे गोकुल के प्यारे
आओ रे कान्हा रे गोकुल की प्यारी
आओ रे कान्हा रे गोकुल के प्यारे
आओ रे कान्हा रे गोकुल की प्यारी
आओ रे नाचो रे रास जाओ रे
आओ रे नाचो रे रास रचाए रे
गाओ रे नाचो रे रास जाओ रे
आओ रे नाचो रे रास रचायो रे
हे हरि सुंदर हरि सुंदर हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम हरि केशव हरि गोविंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम हे नारायण वासुदेवा
नारायण
वासुदेवा सुदेवा नाथ नारायण सुदेव हरि सुंदर हरि सुंदर हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम हरि केशव हरि गोविंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम नारायण हरि ओम नारायण हरि ओम नारायण हरि ओम
नारायण हरि ओम
हरि केशव हरि केशव हरि केशव हरि गोविंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम हरि केशव हरि गोविंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम हरि केशव हरि गोविंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम हरि केशव हरि गोविंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम हरि केशव हरि गोविंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद नारायण हरि ओम
हरि नारायण हरि ओम नारायण हरि ओम प्रभो नारायण हरि ओम
बोले श्री नारायण हरि महाराज की जय, कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय, सुंदर भगवान महाराज की जय. Blessed devotees, once more this evening, on the occasion of the second evening of Satsangh, being held here in Arangwes at the home of the Dookhan family, we offer salutations this evening to Bhagwan Krishna in memory of the Pitaji of this home, Sri Hari Charran Dookhan Ji Maharaj, who passed away 1 year ago, and today his Dulahin, Mama Ji, sitting here, Mrs. Charran Senior, together with her son, her daughter, daughter-in-law, son-in-law, grandchildren, and all other extended relatives. We join with them this evening once more in honoring the memory and the legacy and the life of Sri Charran Dookhan Ji. Last evening, I read Ramayana Katha. This evening, I want to read one Katha from the Bhagavad Puran and dedicate this Katha from the Bhagavad Puran, from the Srimad Bhagavat, in honor and in memory of Sri Charran Dookhan Ji. In Bhagavat it is said, Nigamakalpataro galitam palam sukhamukar amritadrava samyuktam nigama bhagavatam rasanam alayam mahur rasika bhuvi bhavaya nigam kalpataro galitam phalam sukha mukar amrita drava samyuktam nigam bhagavatam rasam alayam mahur aho rasika bhuvi bhava kaha bhavu kaha. O expert and thoughtful men, the Bhagavat says, relish Sri Bhagavat, relish the Sri Bhagavat, the mature fruit of the desired tree of Vedic literature. It emanated from the lips of Sri Sukji Maharaj, the great Muni. And therefore this fruit has become even more tasteful, although its nectar and juice was already relished for all, including liberal souls. Devotees, to describe the Bhagavat, one must understand the Sri Bhagavat is the Galitam Phalam, or the ripened fruit of all Vedic knowledge. It is exactly like Amrit. It is exactly like Amrit. For by hearing its recitation, this is what is so important. For by hearing the recitation of the Bhagavat, you can cross beyond birth and death. And by listening to the Bhagavat, the family that listens to the Bhagavat in the name of the relative who has passed and died, to listen to the Bhagavat in his name and his honor, is to liberate his soul and liberate 4 or 5 generations of relatives gone where this Bhagavat is read. This is why this evening, after reading the discourse last night of what one should create through one's children in society and humanity, I come to the point where the children's duty and the family's duty to that one who has contributed to their life at the time of his death and his passing, to offer the Bhagavat and to offer the reading of the Bhagavat, to liberate his soul and to liberate the souls of 5 generations gone. There is no greater yajna, pitri yajna, than to listen to the Bhagavad Hariji. It brings peace to those who have died. It brings peace to those who will listen to it. It brings peace in that community where families are sitting here who have lost your loved ones. It brings peace to your loved ones wherever they are also. And for those who have no one to remember or recall them or to offer the Pitri Yagya and the Tarpan and the Pinda for them and so on at the appropriate times. By you sitting here in this community, we will help them to uplift themselves and liberate themselves. So great is the Bhagavad. Nigamakalpataro ghalitam palam sukamukhar amrita drava samyuktam. Nigama bhagavatam rasam alayam mahur aho rasika bhuvi bhavuka. Bhavuka. So great is this. For by hearing its recitation, we can cross beyond birth and death. The Bhagavad is like the Amrit. For by hearing this recitation, all your karmas are forgiven. All your karmas and a new dawn, a new life comes to those who listen to this Katha this moment. As I prepare to begin this evening, let me say this to you, what the Bhagavad teaches. I want all of you sitting here, those of you who are listening to me on the airways of classic radio, and those of you who are viewing me live on classic radio's television station, Kavita Ramcharita, Krishna Maharaj and Mr. Kamal Ratan in studio, I say this to all of you this evening. One of the most important lessons and messages that you can ever learn from the Bhagavad is to understand that so many people are dissatisfied doing what they do because their spiritual and professional lives are kept separate. So many people are dissatisfied in this life by doing what they do because their spiritual and professional lives are kept separate. True spirituality, the Bhagavad begins with this. It begins with this. True spirituality is a life where the sacred is expressed through all aspects of your life, including your job. Including your job. And it is for this reason that Sutji Maharaj explained the Bhagavad for 7 days and 7 nights to the king Parikshit. The king Parikshit was one day traveling, and he came to the ashram of this Muni. And the Muni was in deep meditation. And because he felt that he was Maharaj Parikshit and he was so great and everything else, he pulled up in his chariot in the courtyard of the ashram. But the Muni was in deep meditation and was not aware of the coming of the presence of Parikshit. Parikshit felt that he was insulted by the Muni. And so there was a snake, a saap. And Parikshit saw this snake. And he took his bow and he struck it and he killed it. And he called to the Muni, but the Muni in deep meditation, he still didn't answer. And he says, okay, if you are so big and so great, I will garland you. And he took the dead snake with his bow and he placed it as a garland around the neck of the Muni in a very haughty way, in total disrespect to the Muni. Seeing this, the Muni's son became angry. He was also a great rishi and a powerful rishi. And he turned to Parikshit. And he went gently and he took the snake off his father's neck. And he held a dead snake in his hand. He says, Parikshit, listen to me. I'll bring this snake back to life. And by chanting the mantras that his father has taught him, he brought the snake back to life. And holding the snake, the cobra in the palm of his hand, the cobra began to hiss. And he took the snake and he tossed it in Parikshit's direction. He says, this same snake will come in 7 days and in 7 nights. And this same snake will bring the end to your life. When the Muni awoke, he realized what his son had done. And not wanting to be the cause of the death of Parikshit, he sent his son to go and tell. He sent his messenger to go and tell the Muni, to tell Parikshit to go and search out Muni Sudji Maharaj and let him for 7 days and 7 nights. You must not sleep. You must be constantly awake. And let that Muni chant the Bhagavad for you. Chant the Bhagavad for you. And nothing will interfere with you. Death will not come to you. For even death is afraid of the chanting of the Bhagavad, and you will attain liberation. And it is so. To cause man to attain the state of liberation, to attain the state of awareness with God, when the Bhagavad is sung, when the Bhagavad is inquired, when the Bhagavad is listened to, the entire world that moment becomes aligned to the greatness of the Vedic science and the physics of the Vedic science, which is the advancement of human life from the physical into the realm of the spiritual consciousness and awareness. This is why the Bhagavad liberates everyone from the cycle of birth and death. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi jane jatahe sharnam, idhi sanstare bahurustare, kripari pari, pari murari. Again life, again death, again death, again birth, again life, again death, again death, again birth. The cycle of life and death through the river of the Vaitarni. Through the river of the Vaitarni, the river of pain, the river of suffering that you pass through, the vaginal passage of the mother to come onto the face of this earth. And then to return in the cycle of life and death, to come back again. To listen to the Bhagavad. It frees you from the cycle of this pain and sufferings in the cycle of life and death. Devotees, I offer this katha this evening. Srimad Bhagavatam is the key to unlock the secrets of the Vedanta Sutras. There is no literature in the world as great as this Srimad Bhagavad Puran. And to listen to the narrations of his katha and to listen to the stories and the itihas of Bhagavan Krishna, the transcendental narrations within it gives us the light in this dark age of Kali Yuga. Gives us the light in this dark age of Kali Yuga. This evening, from the Bhagavad, I read this katha for you. It is entitled What you give, listen to me, all of you. What you give is your only investment. What you give is your only investment. Devotees, and I want to wish Madam Forbes sitting there also, I want to wish you happy birthday also this evening. Auntie Sandra, happy birthday to you also this evening. God bless all. Let us please stand in prayer. Hariji, bring the family by, give them flowers in their hands. Everybody take flowers in your hands, like the arti, and everyone with flowers in your hands, kindly clasp your hands together. Let us offer salutations.
मूकं करोतु वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपात्तमहं वन्दे परमानंद हरि माधव। श्री कृष्णा परमानंद सचित आनंद विगुण अनाधिर अधिर गोविंदा सर्वकरणे करणम। वसुदेवसुतं देवम कंसचाणूरमर्दनम देवकी सुतं परमानंदम कृष्णं वंदे जगत गुरु। हरे कृष्ण everyone, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare। जय 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 भागवतम बोल, जय 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 भागवतम, जय 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 भागवतम, जय 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 भागवतम। भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय भागवत भगवान की
है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय 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 भागवतम, जय 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 भागवतम।
ये अमर ग्रंथ है, मुक्ति पंथ है, पंचम वेद निराला, नव ज्योति जगाने वाला। ये अमर ग्रंथ है, मुक्ति पंच है, पंचम वेद निराला, नव ज्योति जगाने वाला। हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही, हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही, जग के मंगल की आरती। बोल पापियों को पाप से है तारती। बोलो भागवत भगवान की है आरती। जय जय। पापियों को पाप से है तारती जय। ये शांति दीप पावन पुनीत पा स्तोक मिटाने वाला हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला। ये शांति दीप पावन पुनीत पा स्तोक मिटाने वाला हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला। ये सुख करनी है दुख हरनी, ये सुख करनी है दुख हरनी, ये मधुसूदन की आरती। बोलो पापियों को पाप से है तारती। बोल भागवत भगवान की है आरती। जय जय। पापियों को पाप से है तारती। बोल ये मधुर बोल जग पंध कोल सन मरघ दिखाने वाला बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला। ये मधुर बोल जग पंध कोल सन मरघ दिखाने वाला बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला। श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही, श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही सबके महिमा की आरती। बोलो पापियों को पाप से है तारती। भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती। बोल भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती। बोल एवरीवन बोलो हरे हरे गोपाल राधे कृष्णा, हरे हरे गोपाल राधे कृष्णा। हर हर गोविंद पांडुरंगा, हर हर गोविंद पांडुरंगा। हरे हरे गोपाल राधे कृष्णा, हरे हरे गोपाल राधे कृष्णा, हरे हरे गोपाल राधे कृष्णा। जय। ये जग बन दन देव की नन दन अलख निरंजन हरे हरे। ये जग बन दन देव की नन दन अलख निरंजन हरे हरे। भव भय भन जन अलख निरंजन, भव भय भन जन अलख निरंजन, भव भय भंजन हरे हरे। हरे हरे गोपाल राधे कृष्णा, हरे हरे गोपाल राधे कृष्णा। हरे हरे गोविंद पांडुरंगा, हरे हरे गोविंद पांडुरंगा। हरे हरे गोपाल राधे कृष्णा, हरे हरे गोपाल राधे कृष्णा, हरे हरे गोपाल राधे कृष्णा, हरे हरे गोपाल राधे कृष्णा। राधे कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान महाराज जय की जय। भागवती देवी माता की जय। प्लीज जोड़े हाथ। यं ब्रह्म वेदांत विदु वरन्ति परम प्रधानम पुरुषन्ततन्ये विश्वगतेकारम ईश्वरूपा तस्मै वकाराय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम तस्मै वकाराय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय। Everyone, all together, lift your voices with me. Shantakaram bhujagashayinam Paramanabhyam suresham Vishwadharam gaganasadrisham Meghavarnam subhangyam Lakshmikantam kamalanayanam Yogi vidhyan gamyam Vande Vishnu bhavabhayharanam Sarvaloke kanatanam Sarvaloke kanatanam Sri Lakshmi Narayana Swami Maharaj ki Jai। सबको जय जय सीताराम। My dear devotees, please take your seats. Thank you. And first, before I sing the Sri Bhagavad Mahapuran Sumiran, before I sing this, I invite you all to join your hands together and to offer salutations with me to the beautiful, beautiful Bhagwan Krishna. As you sit, offer your prayer, Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namaha. And to those of you who have joined me on El Sikor Mandir's Facebook page, welcome to all of you, my dear Krishnam family. To those of you who have joined me on Classic Radio, the voice of love and professionalism, welcome to all of you. This Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran Sumiran is a beautiful prayer that worships the entire creation. When the Bhagavad Puran Sumiran is sung, the listener sitting here listening to this is taken to Vaikuntha, the world of Lord Vishnu. This courtyard that we sit in, this moment, will become the abode of Lord Vishnu. And for the duration of my singing this Sumiran, you will have the company and the blessings of Lord Vishnu as he sits in the beautiful Chir Sagar, the ocean of milk, lying in peaceful, restful sleep with Ma Devi Lakshmi fanning him, Seshnath with his 5-hooded head protecting him, looking over him. And we will all, this moment, come under the very ambit of that beautiful, beautiful Lord. Tears will run from your eyes. Your heart will become filled with joy to listen to this Srimad Bhagavad Puran Sumiran. Peace will come into your mind. Peace will come into your mind. There will be no other existence this moment other than you and your Bhagwan. You will forget everything else. All problems, all difficulties, everything will go away. For the moment when I sing this with you. But before I sing this Sumiran, allow me to prepare your minds for this. Jai Madhav Madhav Murari Jai Madhav Madhav Murari Jai Keshav Kalimal Hari केशव कली मलहारी जय माधव माधव मुरारी बोलो माधव माधव मुरारी जय केशव कली मलहारी जय केशव कली मलहारी जय माधव माधव मुरारी जय माधव माधव मुरारी सुंदर कुंडल नयन विशाला सुंदर कुंडल नयन विशाला गले सोहे जंती माला गले सोहे जंती माला या छवि की या छवि की बलिहारी जय माधव माधव मुरारी गोपाल कृष्ण माधव माधव मुरारी कबहू लूट दही कबहू लूट दही कायो कबहू मधुबन रास रचायो कबहू मधुबन रास रचायो नाचत पिपतिने बिहारी नाचत विपतिने बिहारी जय माधव माधव मुरारी कृष्ण माधव माधव मुरारी जय केशव कली मल्हारिणी जय केशव कली मल्हारिणी जय माधव माधव मुरारी जय माधव माधव मुरारी करुणा कर द्रौपदी पुकारी, करुणा कर द्रौपदी पुकारी, पद में लिपट गए बनवारी, पद में लिपट गए बनवारी, नीरख रहे नर नीरख रहे नर नर नारी, माधव माधव मुरारी, जय माधव माधव मुरारी, जय माधव माधव मुरारी, जय माधव माधव मुरारी। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे राम, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, राम राम हरे हरे, कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। हरि श्री भागवत महापुराण सुमिरन। Be blessed. Be blessed. Join your hands, close your eyes. Think of Bhagwan Krishna. Pray to Bhagwan Krishna. Pray for your homes, pray for your husbands, pray for your children, pray for your families. Pray for those who you know are in need of prayer. Pray for them. Ask the Lord to grant us all and to give us the companionship of Himself. We pray this moment. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. He Govinda, He Gopala. रिद्धि सिद्धि दातार, सीधी शरण वरन वद, रिद्धि सिद्धि दातार, सीधी सधन वरन वदना, सुमिरो बारंबार, मदन कधन के लाल को, मदन कधन के लाल को, गणपति कृपा निधान, ज्ञानी घानी आनंद भवन, देहु मोहि वरदान, वर्णो आशा की भागवत, वर्णो भाषा की भागवत। There is nothing greater. Varno bhasha ki bhagavat. Dehu mohi vardhan. There is nothing greater, more sacred. Bhasha, varno bhasha ki bhagavat. जय शिवा आनंद कंद भूतनाथ भव भय हरणा भक्ति विषय निर्बंध गौरावरण मंगल करण हे ब्रज चंद्र मुकुंद ब्रजभूषण भूषण हरण कतहो भव भय भंड चरण शरण ली अनाथ कर रिद्धि सिद्धि का सिद्धि सधन वरण वदना जय बोल Let your eyes be filled with tears. Let your heart speak the word of love. And let your minds be filled with the Amrit of the beautiful Lord. जय 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 जगदीशा श्वेत शेष महेश अजा महिमा अमित अभेवा वेद भेद जानत नहीं देहु मोहि वरदान राधावर यहाँ वाद सता प्रेम भरी मुस्कान नेत्र छित में खत कत रहे मोहि चये कछु नाही और वस्तु प्रभु जात के बासी रहे मन माई यहाँ आकी जाकी सदा बोलो रेधि सिद्धि दाता सिद्धि सधन वारण वरना जय लिए लिकुतिया हाथ ज्ञान के पीछे भीरत गबल भले लिए साथ हाथ गबल भले लिए साथ मोर मुकुट सिर पर धरी कर मुरली उर्माल श्रेष्ठ मुकुट कति पीत पता या छवि सो नंदलाल भसहु हृदय मम निसी दिवास गुरुपद राज धर शेष कहो भागवत की कथा जो सुख दे व मुनीश कही पराशित निरपति अति सो रिद्धि सिद्धि दाता सिद्धि शरण पारण वदना सुमिरो बारंबार मदन कदन के लाल को मदन कदन के लाल को ओ मदन कदन के लाल को श्यावर रामचंद्र की जय बोले श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय Blessed devotees, beautiful divine children of God, what you give, this is what the Bhagavad teaches us. May you be blessed. For to sit and listen to the Bhagavad Sumiran is to give the most precious thing that you can ever give, your love to God. To offer the drop of water from your eyes, to offer the fruit of your action in praying to the Lord, to offer the prasad as the love from your heart. What you give is your only investment in this life. What you give. Not the investment in the banks, not the investment in the businesses, not the investment in anything else. I'm not speaking about that. I'm speaking to you about this evening. What you give is your only investment, your karma. That will come back to you to bring benefit to you. What one gives to others, Dave, what one gives to others is the only thing that you will ever get. Is the only thing, Hariji, that you will ever get. What one gives to others is the only thing that you will ever get. So to read the Katha, there's a famous sarcastic saying about misers, which goes like this. A miser is a greater donor than a pure person. You know, it's a very sarcastic statement. In a smart way, it condemns the miser. Because the miser doesn't feel that he's doing anything wrong. He doesn't feel that he's doing anything wrong. So the statement is a miser is a greater donor than a pure person. And what is the reason for this? The reason that a pure person will give away his things to others. A pure person will give away his things to others. And maybe he will use a little portion of his money where possible for himself. Whereas a miser guards his money his entire life and without he enjoying any bit of it. And then what happens when he dies? People take it and they blow it away. In the Bhagavad Puran, the Katha is given. A person who does not help others cannot be helped even by God. To all of you here this evening, your karma, listen to me carefully, I'm speaking to you about your karma and how to benefit from every act and action in this life at the most important times in your life. And you will hear what is the most important time in your life. What is the most important time in your life? So that a person who does not help others cannot be helped even by God. And in the Bhagavad Puran Katha, please sing with me.
हर हर गोविंद हरे गोपाला हर हर गोविंद हरे गोपाला
हर हर गोविंद हरे हर गोविंद हरे गोपाला हर हर गोविंद हरे गोपाला स्थाले अग्नि तपत पयासु तत्तापत तस्य चंडुल गर्भारम्भे दे इंद्रियासर वस्य सनि कर सत तत् स्मृति पुरुषा यनुर द्रोहत बोलो हर हर गोविंद बोलो हर हर
गोविंद
हरे गोपाल बोल हर हर गोविंद हरे गोपाला जय
हर हर गोविंद हर हर गोविंद
सबको
हरे गोपाला
हर हर गोविंद हरे गोपाला हर हर गोविंद हर हर गोविंद हरे गोपाला हर हर गोविंद हरे गोपाला जय राधे सस्ता भी गुप्त नृपति प्रजान या किन्निकारो वेना पिनस्ति तिस्तम स्वाधर्मन अधारानम अयुक्तस्य यद आमनु विजय अहो हम बोलो एवरीवन गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय हो गोविंद जय जय गोपाल प्लीज सिंग विथ मी बोलो 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 राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा जय बोल 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 सस्ता भी गुप्ता नृपति प्रजानम या किंकरो वेना पिनास्थि पिस्तम स्वाधर्मम अरधानम अच्युतायस्ता यद इहा मनो विजयते आघोगा अघोगा स्थले तपत्पस्यासो भीतापस तत् तपस्तत् तंधुला गर्भा रंधि देहिंद्रियास वासय सन्निकृता सत तत्स्मृता पुरुष्या अनारोधाहत तत् समृता पुरुष्या अनारोधाहत. Sri Sut Ji Maharaj, he turns to Maharaj Parikshit. He says, O Rajan, O Rajan, there was once a great miser, who never gave anything to anyone. Who never gave anything to anyone. And one day, Yamraj came. And when Yamraj came, Yamraj took him immediately and took him to Narak. Narak is described as being hell. The underworld, Patal. And when he reached there, because of his life, because of his negative life, because of the negative things that he did in his life and with his life, one of which is he never gave down, he never helped or reached out to any other human being. He never gave service to another human being. He always thought of himself. He always lived selfishly. And so, with all the various negative karmas, he was given a huge unbearable punishment. He was given a huge unbearable punishment. And in Narak, in Patal, in hell, Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari, Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva, Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. Jai! नाविक्रिया विश्वा श्रुत सक हस्या कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण गोपाल 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 मधुसूदन कन्हैया राधे राधे श्याम नावृत क्रिया विश्व सुकृत सक हस्या समने नाविता विनस तवापि महद विमानत स्वकृताधि मध्रिन ननसायते अधुरा अपि सुलापानि कृष्ण कृष्ण गोपाल हरि राधे 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 कन्हैया राधे 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 कन्हैया राधे कन्हैया and in all his sufferings in all his pains in all that he was facing in Patal, in hell, in the underworld, Narak. He used to lament, he used to cry, and he used to beg Krishna Bhagwan, Prabhu, save me, save me, save me, save me. Save me from this hell. Save me from this hell. Bhagwan Krishna. तन में भवन नर देवा अभिमाना मध्येना त्रिचित्र सता मनस्य मस्या कृतिष्ठा मैत्री धर्षम अर्ता भंदो यतातरे सद अद्याव्यानम अहम aha aham aham and he will call to Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Gopal. He will call and the tears will run from his eyes. He will beg the Bhagwan, Govinda Radhe Radhe Gopal Radhe Govinda Radhe Radhe Gopal Radhe. And he used to cry and he used to beg and he used to lament very much for his poor state and he used to beg Krishna every day to save him from his plight. Bhagwan Krishna, the beautiful Krishna, the loving Krishna, the smiling Krishna, the dancing Krishna, the friend of all, the yellow silken robe one, the cross-legged blue boy Sri Krishna. Took pity on the poor state of the miser and wanted to somehow find a way to help him. The Lord wanted to find a way to help him. Yad yarakariti srishtas tattar evatarujjana saya paramam kurute lokas tat anuvartare. For whosoever shall come to me, whosoever shall come to me, my hand shall always be open to receive you. And hearing the callings of the miser, Bhagwan Krishna took pity on him, took pity on the poor state of this individual and wanted somehow to find a way to help him. Wanted somehow to find a way to help him. Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Govinda Jai Jai Govinda Jai Jai Bol Gopal Jai Bol 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 Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Govinda Jai Jai Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. No matter who you are, no matter who you are, no matter what you have done in this life, when you call upon the Lord, He will so listen to you and He will so find a way to help you. Bhagwan Krishna took pity on the poor state of the miser and wanted to somehow find a way of helping him. Bhagwan wanted to find a way of helping him. What did the Lord do? What did the Lord do? The Lord saw him as a child. This Lord saw him as a child. बंसी धरा कन्हैया घनश्याम सुंदरा. The Lord saw him as a child as he called. बंसी धरा कन्हैया घनश्याम सुंदरा. बंसी धरा कन्हैया घनश्याम सुंदरा. गिरिधारी गोप बाला वृंदावन रचैया. गिरिधारी गोप बाला वृंदावन रचैया. बंसी धरा कन्हैया घनश्याम सुंदरा. बंसी धरा कन्हैया घनश्याम सुंदरा. नावृत्या विश्वश्रुति सहस्या सम्येना विताभिमत्स्ते. महरविनामत साकृतार धीमध्रिम. नन्यस्ते अधूरा अपि सुलापानि. नन्यस्ते अधूरा अपि सुलापानि. बंसी धरा कन्हैया घनश्याम सुंदरा. बंसी धरा कन्हैया घनश्याम सुंदरा. गिरिधारी गोप बाला वृंदावन रचैया. गिरिधारी गोप बाला वृंदावन रचैया. बंसी धरा कन्हैया घनश्याम सुंदरा. And the Lord sought every possible way. This man is crying and he's begging. Despite how he lived his life, but he called to the Lord from Narak, from Patal. And the Lord heard him, because Bhagwan Krishna is also the Lord of Patal. He's the Lord of Narak. So even in Narak, the Lord is there. Even there, when you work out your karmas, the Lord is hearing you. This is why we are all, you see, all of us, by choice, we are here in this world of Narak. Narak is not somewhere down there, you know. Narak is a state of your mind where you sink yourself to a lower level of consciousness. A lower level of consciousness. You see all these people who are killing and murdering and robbing and thieving and doing all these different things. They are in Narak. They are in the world of the lowest level of consciousness. The lowest level of consciousness. And it is you who take yourself to the lowest level of consciousness, but it's you who have to bring yourself out of the lowest level of consciousness. And the way to bring yourself out of the lowest of all levels of consciousness is the feet of Krishna. Govardhan Giridhari Radha Mohan Dhari Govardhan Giridhari Radha Mohan Dhari Bansidhara Kanhaiya Ghanshyam Sundara. Drishta Srama Karmata Atmanove Bhatur Gantur Bhavastasya Kanu Manare Yatha Sato Dhanda Yandhi Abheve Samula Ishto Vya Vahara Marga Vya Vahara Marga. Bhagwan Krishna smiled. Savai Bahal Loka Niri Sanartaham Avyakta Lingo Vikarati Apisthi Yogesh Varanam Nam Gatim Andha Buddhi Katham Vikasita Grahanu Bhanda Grahanu Bhanda. Bhagwan Krishna smiled. And when Krishna smiled, the world smiles with him. The universe smiles with him. The universe smiles with him. And even with a lot of effort, a few meetings with Chitragupta, the record of time, Bhagwan Krishna found nothing which the Master gave to anybody in order that God can give him something. Bhagwan Krishna found nothing. Nothing. He even went to the record of time, Chitragupta, and he found nothing. Radhe Govinda Radhe Radhe Gopal Radhe Radhe Govinda Radhe Radhe Gopal Radhe Bansidhara Kanhaiya Ghanshyam Sundara Bansidhara Kanhaiya Ghanshyam Sundara. When you think in this life, when you think in this life that no one is seeing you, when you think in this life that no one is looking at you, when you think in this life nothing or no one is recording what you do, there is a supreme being called Chitragupta in the heavenly regions. Chitragupta. And he is the recorder of time. And from the moment of your birth, he opens a volume and he opens a book and he begins to record everything of yourself in this birth. And he had a record of everything of yourself in every previous birth. Chitragupta. And Bhagwan Krishna, wanting to help this individual, he went to Chitragupta. And there, he asked Chitragupta to open the volume, open the folio, open the file and let him see. But Bhagwan Krishna found nothing which the miser gave to anyone in order that God can give him something. He found nothing. He found nothing. But the man was calling to Krishna. He was calling to Krishna all the time. Oh, yellow silken robed one. He was calling to Gopal. Cross like blue boy Sri Krishna. Cross like blue boy Sri Krishna. Oh, yellow silken robed one. Cross like blue boy Sri Krishna. Oh, beautiful, oh, wonderful, oh, Lord of all man, Sri Krishna. Oh, beautiful, oh, wonderful, oh, Lord of all man, Sri Krishna. Everyone sing with me. Call to the Lord with me. Sri Krishna, Jai Sri Krishna. 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 Come to me, oh run to me. Come to me, oh run to me. I am thine, thou art mine. I am thine, thou art mine. Oh, forever and ever, oh Lord Krishna. Forever and ever, oh Lord Krishna. Sri Krishna, Jai Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna, Jai Sri Krishna. Oh, Sri Krishna, Jai Sri Krishna. Come to me, O Lord Krishna. Come to me, O Lord Krishna. I am thine, thou art mine. I am thine, thou art mine. Forever and ever, O Lord Krishna. Forever and ever, O Lord Krishna. Bol! And he called to Krishna. Gopal! Prabhu! Oh, beautiful! He called to Krishna. He called to the Bhagwan, Prabhu. Oh, beautiful! Oh, wonderful! Oh, beautiful! Oh, wonderful! Oh, beautiful! Oh, wonderful! Bhagwan looked again. Krishna looked again, and he looked again, and he looked again. Oh, beautiful! Oh, wonderful! Oh, Lord of all man, Sri Krishna! Oh, Lord of all man, Sri Krishna! I am thine, thou art mine. I am thine, thou art mine. Forever and ever, O Lord Krishna. Forever and ever, O Lord Krishna. Sri Krishna, Jai Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna, Jai Sri Krishna. Come to me, O Lord Krishna. Come to me, O Lord Krishna. Gopi Radha, ever in tears. Gopi Radha, ever in tears. Longing for you, Lord Krishna. Longing for you, Lord Krishna. Milk and butter, oh! Milk and butter, fruits and flowers. Milk and butter, fruits and flowers. Waiting for you, Lord Krishna. Waiting for you, Lord Krishna. My heart, my actions, my tears. Milk and butter, fruits and flowers. My life, O Lord. My life and every action. Milk and butter, fruits and flowers. milk and butter, fruits and flower, waiting for you, Lord Krishna, waiting for you, Lord Krishna. Gopi Radha ever in tears, Gopi Radha ever in tears, longing for you, Lord Krishna, longing for you, Lord Krishna, longing for you, Lord Krishna, longing for you, Lord Krishna. कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान महाराज की जय। गुरु महाराज सतगुरु संत केशवदास महाराज की जय। May the darshan of my beautiful Guru, Satguru Sant Keshav Das, be with you all. And so the man called, and he called, and Guruji used to say how every person how everyone should cry and how everyone should call and how you should never stop calling to the Lord. How you should never stop. You should never stop calling. And the more you call, the Lord will find a way for you. Krishna will find a way for you. When He finds the way for you, it is you who have to find your way when He finds the way for you. Prabhu, it is you who have to find your way when He finds the way for you. So Krishna, Bhagavan Krishna, searched and he searched because he's always looking over us, you know. The devotee of Bhagavan Krishna knows that he lives in Krishna. He lives in Krishna. He lives with Krishna. He lives for Krishna. And he lives only by Krishna. He lives only by Krishna. His life itself is Krishna. His life itself is Krishna. So, finally, Bhagavad says, Bhagavan Krishna managed to find a tiny piece of good that the miser had done in some of his many births. Hey Prabhu, Terry, at one time, the miser was eating some bananas. And someone asked him, would you please give me one? No. So the man begged again, please give me a piece. He said, no. So the man asked again, please give me something. Here, take this. And he took up a small piece of spoiled banana and he gave it to the beggar. He gave it to the beggar. Krishna, seeing it as an opportunity to help the lamenting miser in hell, he decided, okay, I will help you. Okay, I will help you. Despite who you are, despite what you do, the Lord will always find a way and a medium to help you because He gives you the opportunity to help yourself when He helps you and to show to Him that you are helping yourself. सावा भवलोका निरीक सना अर्थम अव्याकतालिंगो विकरति आपि स्थि योगेश्वरानम गतिम अंधा बुद्धि कथम विकाक सिथा ग्रहानो ग्रहानो बंदहा ग्रहानो बंदना राधे श्याम राधा माधव राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधा माधव राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधा माधव राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधा माधव राधे श्याम बोल राधे श्याम राधा माधव राधे श्याम राधा माधव राधे श्याम दृष्टासरा कर्माता आत्मनो वे भातुर घंतुर भवातस्य कानु मन्ये यथा सतो धनायनादि अववावत समूला इस्तो अव्याहर मर्गरा समूला इस्तो व्यावाहरा मर्गरा बोल राधे श्याम राधा माधव राधे बोल राधे श्याम राधा माधव राधे श्याम राधा माधव राधे श्याम राधा माधव राधे बोल राधे श्याम राधा माधव राधे श्याम राधा माधव राधे श्याम. And Bhagavan Krishna, seeing it as an opportunity to help the lamenting miser in hell, Bhagavan Krishna made a stick appear from the pits of Narak. And a stick appeared before him with which he could climb out of hell. Radhe Krishna, Kung Fu, from which he could climb out of hell. And the miser was very happy. He was very happy to receive the fortune. And he began quickly climbing. It's climbing out. Huh? Climbing out. Wow, Papa. And other people who were in Narak, seeing what was happening, seeing that Bhagavan Krishna placed this stick for him to climb out, they were begging to help themselves. You know? Hare Krishna. So they started to climb up the stick behind him. They tried to use the stick to get out. But the miser will always remain a miser, an opportunist. He looked back and he looked down and he saw them coming. And he started taking his foot now and kicking them one at a time. off this stick that he was climbing out on. He started kicking them off this stick and pushing them all and saying, hello, 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 hello. Listen, this stick was provided to me by God, not for you, for me. Eh? Terry, this stick was provided for me by God, not for you. What is there that God provides for you that He doesn't provide through you for others? You see? What is there that God provides for you that He doesn't provide through you for others? God never provided anything for you to lay claim to it for yourself, because it never was yours and it will never be yours, because it always belongs to the Bhagwan. It always belongs to the Bhagwan. Not even your life belongs to you. You are simply a caretaker of the rights of the Lord. And if you fail to be a caretaker of the rights of the Lord Bhagwan Krishna, then you fail yourself, you destroy yourself, and you put yourself into narak. That is called karma. You put yourself into narak. So Terry, he kicked them down, boy. He kicked them down. His stick was provided for me by God, and you cannot use it. And just as the Lord gives, so does He takes. Just as the Lord gives, so does He take it back. Take it back. And just as the stick appeared, in the same way, the stick disappeared. And he also fell back down into narak. Why? Because of the state of his thinking and the state of his consciousness. And this is what it is about, the state of your thinking and the state of your consciousness that can either liberate you or can either suppress you further into the pit of your own karmas. No one does anything to you. No one does anything to you in your life other than you do your own self wrong. You do your own self wrong. Bhagwan wants to liberate all of you, but you want to deceive yourself. You cannot deceive God, you know. Adverse karma is deceiving of yourself, the deception of your own self. You deceive your own self, not the Lord. And when you deceive your own self, you make your life worse. You make your life worse. And he fell back into the pit. Into the pit. Devotees, in this life that we have, even death is a medium for us to serve God and to surrender in service to God. Even in death, my life must be given to God. This is why we say Atma Sadgati. May you attain the feet of God. And to attain that, it is this moment now that you are sitting here with me that you attain God's presence in your life. Not when you die. It is this moment now you make the connectivity with God. When you sing His name, Sravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Parasevanam Vandham Dhyam Arjam Sakrit Atma Nivedanam. You worship God in all the different forms of worship. But the final form of worship is Sakrit Atma Nivedanam, that you make the Atma the offering to God. Not at the point of death, but now. This moment. My dear friends, let me tell you this. I've narrated this katha from Krishna Puran, Bhagavad Puran, Vishnu Puran. One must always share whatever he has with others. Do you remember Sudama? Remember Sudama? Do you remember Sudama? Sudama hid a handful of parched rice from Krishna. And he had to go back in his karma and carry it back to Krishna. Carry it back to Krishna. He had no choice. Milne Sudama aaye, Milne Sudama aaye, Sri Krishna ji ki adhe more Rama. Milne Sudama aaye, oh, Milne Sudama aaye, Sri Krishna ji ki adhe more Rama. What you don't give now, you will have to come back to give it again. What you don't give of the heart and the Atma and the surrender of yourself to God, you will have to come back and give it. This is why Karma Yoga is the best yajna. Karma Yoga is the best puja. To be a Karma Yogi is the best person you could ever be in this life. One must always share whatever he has with others. A person who is a miser will never deserve the highest world. To attain the highest world, be a servant of God by serving the Lord in the living entities that the Lord presents before you in this world. By sharing your life with others, by sharing your love with others. And it takes nothing much, It takes nothing much. It takes nothing much to share your love with those in need. To bring hope where there's hopelessness. To bring joy where there's sorrow. To bring peace where there's anguish. To seek to produce more for others than you seek to receive for yourselves. Devotees, that is the state of life and consciousness you must have. Even God can try to help you. But the God give him a chance to live himself and to help others to follow him and come out. But he didn't want that. I had a saying all in the Krishna Katha I used to read. And Krishna used to try to steal the honey and try to steal the dahi and the makhan. He used to tell his brother, hush, shh, don't say nothing, don't say nothing. And Balaram used to run by the door and say, Ma, come now, come and see what you're doing, come and see what you're doing. And Krishna saying, shh, 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 shh. He used to tell Balaram, all is mine, none is yours. All is mine. And he is trying to hit the pot with the makhan so that it could fall, not just for himself. He wasn't the stealer of the makhan for himself, When he would steal the makhan, the monkeys and all the animals will come and partake of it. Because he was teaching man to share with the world, the gift of your karmas and the gift of your actions and the gift of your labors. That is how we should live. That is why God gives you the opportunity to help yourself. God gives you the opportunity to do things. But there is a statement. Everyone has to bear the consequences of his own karma. And the easiest way to do good karmas in the name of Krishna and let him decide the results. There is no need to blame the God for our difficulties. It was our own karma which gave us the difficulties. Know this. Know this. It is you who give yourself and created for yourself your own difficulties in life. Death is a stepping stone to a higher reality. And to all of you, you have to understand this. We have to prepare for the inevitable. We have to prepare that one day we will leave this earth. And to prepare for this, it is based on the state of our thinking and the state of our consciousness and the state of our self-elevation in how we view the presence of God in, through, and around our existence. In, through, and around our existence. How we view the presence of that Lord. We do not own God. We have no claim to God. But the one thing is, we live, and by the quality of the life we live, we enjoy the love of God by the things He has so given to us. Everything, every day, God gives it to us. And it is, as a fact, it is His love for us. But the fact of the matter is, I end with this. Hanuman Chalisa. I end with this. I end with this. This is something that always gives me a greatest sense of value for myself. One must never fall in love with the things that God has created. God created this world. God created this earth. God created everything on this earth. And God created you and I. And He says, I send you there. Go forth and enjoy what I have created. But we, in our wisdom, we forget. We forget who is the Creator. And we fall in love with the created, and we forget the Creator. And that is where our downfall comes. And that is where you become a miser. That is where you become a miser. Because you want to enjoy everything, but you have no respect for He who has created. God bless you all. This evening, I read this katha in honor and in the memory of Sri Charran Dookhan Ji Maharaj. A man whose life, from the time I know him, a man whose life was based on the generosity of his heart. A man who was always willing and always sharing whatever he had in his garden, whatever he could share with anyone in any way. He never wanted to see anyone suffer or to see anyone hungry. He used to always tell me that. And he believed that one of the best things that he could do to anyone is to relieve their hunger. That is a man who knew his Lord Krishna. That is a man who lived for Krishna. That is a person, Charran Dookhan Ji Maharaj. That is a man with a heart filled of love, who knew that he was the instrument of Krishna's work on this world. I leave you with this. Please be and see yourself from this evening, after listening to me here, please see yourself as an instrument of the Lord's work on this world. On behalf of Guru Mai and I, my brothers, my musicians, Ralph Khandar, Krishna, my manager, Visham, my song production engineer, my godson, and Sri Terry Ji, my drummer, we thank you all for sitting and joining with us this evening. And I hope that the message and the songs and the kirtans that we have sung has made a difference in your life to you. Tomorrow evening, yesterday I sang the Ramayana, today I sang from the Srimad Bhagavad, tomorrow I will sing from the Shiv Puran. All devotees of Lord Shiva, I invite you to come tomorrow evening, take out all the beautiful Shiv bhajans to sing. You are singing the bhajans, I am not singing Shiv bhajans. You will sing all the Shiv bhajans, Kung Fu. Tomorrow evening, come and hear all the beautiful Shiv bhajans from 6:30 p.m. Come and hear the bhajans. So I'll read from the Shiv Puran tomorrow evening. But in closing now, as I did last night, in memory of Sri Charran Dookhan ji, Papaji, I invite you all to join me now in the Hanuman Chalisa. Please join with us.
Shri Guru Sharan Saroj Raja Nijamana Mugur Sura Varno Raghuvar Vimala Jashu Jodhya Aik Palcha
Brahma Karma Samadhini
Bodhi Nathan Janike
Govinda
Sumiro Pavana Kumar Bala Buddhi Vedya Dehu Mai Harahu Kalesha Vikar Harahu Kalesha Vikar Harahu
Bajrangabali Hanuman ki jai.
Jai Hanuman Gyan Gun Sagar Jai Kapish Triloka Ujjal Ramaduta Atulita Baladam Anjani Putra Pavana Sutanama Mahavida Vikrama Bajrangi Kumati Nivar Sumati Ke Sangi Kancana Vadana Viraj Sovesa Kandala Gundala Nichita Gesha Advadra Aur Djavira Ane Mojatani Ursati Shankar Suvar Kesari Tej Pratap Mahajagavantan Vidyavan Guniyati Chat Ram Kaj Kari Beko Atur Prabhu Charita Sune Beko Rasiya Ram Lakhan Sita Mana Basiya Shushmadu Shushmadu Padari Siya Dika Dikatadu Padari Ranka Jara Bhimaru Padari Asura Sanga Ramachandra Ke Kaj Savar Lai Sanjeevan Lakan Jiyaye Shri Raghuveera Harishri Udalaye Raghupati Ki Ne Bahut Badai Tum Mama Priya Bharati Samai Sahis Badhan Tumaro Jasaga Azkar Sripati Kandalaga Sankadik Brahmadi Munish Narad Sarad Sata Yam Kubed Dikpal Jant Aviko Vid Kai Sakai Kant Upakara Sugrivan Gina Ram Milaya Rajapadari Tumaro Mantra Vibhishanama Lankeshwara Bhai Sab Jagadana Juga Sahasra Jojana Padava Lilo Tahi Madhura Falajana Prabhu Mudrika Mele Mukhamai Jalad Lanj Gai Achar Janai Durga Makaja Jagat Ge Jete सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे देते राम द्वारे तुम रखवा कोट न आज्ञा बिन पैसारे सब सुख लहे तुम्हारे ईश्वर तुम रक्षत काओ को डर आपन तेज समारो आपे तीनों लोक आपके काबे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासरो नासरो लहरे सब वीर जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट से हनुमान छुड़ा मन क्रम वचन जान जो आवे सब भर राम तपस्वी राजा इनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पा चारो जुग प्रताप तुम्हारा है परसिद्धि जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवा असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नव निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दास तुम्हारे भजन राम को जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे पंथ काल रघुबरपुर जाए जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाए और देवता चित न डरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटे मिटे सब वीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा जय जय हरो जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाय जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाय जो सब पार पात कर छूत ही बंद मास कहो जो यहाँ पर हनुमान चालीसा तो इसे दिशा की गौरीसा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ जय महादेव की जय नाथ जय महादेव की जय नाथ जय महादेव पवन तनय संकट हरण मंगल मूर्ति रो राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसाओ सुरभ सियावर रामचंद्र की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय सियावर रामचंद्र की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय उमापति महादेव की जय उमापति महादेव की जय उमापति महादेव की जय उमापति महादेव की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की
जय बोलिए श्री बजरंग बली हनुमान की जय पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय शंकर महाराज की जय सियापति रामचंद्र की जय केशवा माधव श्री राधे गोविंद गोपाल केशवा माधवा श्री राधे गोविंद गोपाल केशवा माधवा श्री राधे गोविंद गोपाल गोपाल श्री राधे गोविंद गोपाल श्री राधे गोविंद गोपाल हरि गोपाल
हरि गोपाल
हरि गोपाल
हरि गोपाल
हरि गोपाल
हरि
हरि
गोपाल
गोपाल
हरि गोपाल
श्री राधे गोविंद गोपाल श्री राधे गोविंद गोपाल ओम असतो मा सद्गमय तमसोर्मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मा अमृतम गमय ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम ओम तत्सत 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 नमः सीताराम गोविंद राधे गोपाल बोल
राम गोविंद राधे गोपाल हरि राधे गोपाल हरि गोपाल हरि राधे गोपाल
बोल
राम गोविंद राधे गोपाल राम गोविंद राधे गोपाल राम गोविंद राधे गोपाल राम गोविंद राधे गोपाल
राधे गोपाल भगवान महाराज की जय सब कोई जय जय सीताराम God bless all. Please take your seats. Thank you. Share it. My dear devotees, on behalf of Sri Hariji, his mother, Mrs. Dookhan Senior, his sister and all members of the family, I thank you all for being here with them this evening. And once more, on behalf of Guru Ma and I, our sincerest thanks and appreciation to all of you for sitting and joining with us in Kirtan and Harikatha. I thank you all. Tomorrow evening, as I said, I will read one Katha from Shiv Puran. Yesterday I read Ramayana, today I read Bhagavad. Tomorrow I want to dedicate one Katha to Lord Shiva. Please come and sing the praises of Shankar Bhagwan with me, with us tomorrow evening. God bless you all. Thank you. Sitaram.